Hello everyone, this is Beastly Eel here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the latest episode of The Mandalorian. So the episode starts off with us being on Tava, and we see everything going smoothly until the pirates attack. So we see this massive ship, the one that we saw a couple episodes ago, with the big green monster as the captain, go in and basically threaten our friend there, who's the leader of everything, um, High Chancellor, I believe is how he goes by. But anyway, not the point. And basically states that you're gonna surrender everything, and if not, I'm taking it. And he refuses to surrender, obviously, and he starts bombarding the entire city to smithereens from above. So that's when he takes all precautions and gets everyone out of there as quickly as possible. What happens? Well, they have to escape to the outer area. He calls for help specifically from, he asks help specifically from the Republic and the New Republic. And they go in, and I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. So they had left, they had called for backup from the New Republic. In the New Republic, we see the the pilot that's been helping out the Mandalorian a lot. Um, he gets the message, and he is not getting any feedback from anybody. Nobody's giving him any answers, nothing. So he decides that he's going to go out of his way and go there himself to get an answer. So he heads over and barges right into the head person's office and basically demands that he needs assistance on this mission because this place is in the Outer Rim. They need help. It was once a place that was being used to help facilitate imperial ideals. And the guy's just like, hey, we don't have a lot. I don't think we can. Like, we can only do so much. And that's when our friend, who was Moff Gideon's number two, comes in and starts talking freely, first off, about Tava and how useless it is and how it's not worth its time, and basically stating that maybe they need to realize how important the New Republic is before before they really before they truly join us. And that's when the pilot's like, that sounds like a very imperial thing to say. They get into a little bit of debate, and that's when the commanding officer's like, hey, we're done. We're not going to fight about this anymore. We're going to move on. Okay? So he decides that he's going to offer him very little, if anything, and it won't be happening anytime soon. So basically tells him to go F off in the most political way possible. So he leaves and he heads over to the Mandalorians. He lands and he's almost about to get killed because he's not where he's supposed to be, and they don't allow the New Republic in their area. It's their land and they can protect it. Um, but the big thing is, um, they land there and everything else, and he's trying to explain to them what's going on. So he was basically telling Din Djarin that his old friend is being attacked, and it's the entire planet is being taken over by the pirate. So he decides to. So the pilot leaves and goes, I've tried to get them to go over there, and they don't care. So it's now up to you. I figured if anybody could do it, you could. So um, Jin is basically explaining to everybody why it's important for them to go to Tava and protect it. That at the end they can have their own piece of land again, and they can finally be free. They no longer have to hide in the shadows. That's when another Mandalorian steps forward, the one with the jetpack and the big, huge machine gun, and basically states that I was there on Tava and how so many of our brothers and sisters were taken down by this guy and his men and by the Imperials, and he he makes it seem that he's going to be against it, but in actuality, he actually says that as Mandalorians, they should do this because if that's what these two say, And we should do it because those two have been doing more stuff for us than we could ever imagine. And that's when they all agree to go in there. And that's when Bo Katan really takes on leadership. She says Jingarin, I can't even say his name, Jin, the Mandalorian, is going to be the distraction to get the pirates after him. And that's when Bo Katan is going to drop off the Mandalorians on the ground to take out all ground reinforcements. And the plan goes off without a hitch. Um, they go. He takes off, starts blasting the ship. They send out every fighter that they have to go after him, and that's when Bo-Katan drops off all the Mandalorians in two separate spots in two teams, and they start wrecking stuff. I mean, they start taking out pirates like they're nothing, and even when they look like they're about to be overrun, more Mandalorians come over to help out. More in the on the team, not more in the galaxy. I just want to make that clear. And that's when Mando and Bo-Katan take out all of the all of the little ships except for that one little pirate who gets away, and they take over the entire land without a problem and protect it. And that's when the big guy decides to blast every little bit of the city and is aiming for the civilians. And that's when Bo-Katan and Mando take down the ship with ease, and a huge explosion happens, and they get taken down. At the end of it, they go down. They get a big, huge celebration about how the Mandalorians saved them, and the Mandalorians are going to be welcome there forever, blah, 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 blah. And while it gets closer to that being done, Bo Katan gets addressed by the big guy with the jetpack and they all have jetpacks. The guy with the blaster machine gun, and is told that the Smith wants to meet with her. And so she goes down, and they have a conversation about all this, about where about what was on Mandalore, and how they can they're not able to create what they want to anywhere else. And that's when she explains to Bo Katan to take her helmet off, that she walks in both paths, and she's going to unite all of Mandalore again because she's seen the mythosaur. So this is where it gets weird. She takes off her helmet. They start talking and how they're going to go after and take Mandalore back. And that's when the Smith brings Bo-Katan up to the surface and shows everyone Bo-Katan without her helmet, and everyone's like, "What? How can she be a Mandalorian without a helmet?" And that's when the Smith explains that she walks both paths, and because of this, she will be able to unite all of us together again on Mandalore. And that's the big thing right there because she's going to now be pushed very far into being the leader of the Mandalorians again, which is a huge thing, which what she wanted to begin with, but also pushing the plot very much forward. And that's where I thought the episode was going to end, and it looked like it, but it turns out no. Um, we have the same pilot that gave the information to Mando and Bo-Katan find a destroyed transport ship, and when he gets the scan of it, it was actually Moff Gideon's prison transport ship. And what happened? Well, it was blown to bits. And who did it? They have the guess that it's Mandalorians, because they found Vescard in the ship. and and Moff Gideon, nowhere to be found, nor a body. So it looks like some group faction of the Mandalorians have Moff Gideon under their tutelage or as their prisoner. We'll have to wait and see. A lot happened, so I'll be very curious to see what the next episode is going to be. Whether it's going to be focused on Moff Gideon, or are we going to focus on them starting to unite the Mandalorian factions to join together on Mandalore again? We'll have to wait and see, but very much excited for the rest of the season and where it's going to go. So, let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And why? Also, If you like the content you see, please like and subscribe below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a great night.